Hello HUD House Hunters, it's Donnie Corum with Colorado Today we're standing in front of 145 Judson Street. Now this 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car rancher has over 1,800 square feet of living space, and it's actually in pretty good shape considering it's a foreclosure. I think you're going to like what you see when we get inside. Come along, let's go take a look. Alright guys, so we're inside 145 Judson Street, and as you walk in, you're going to notice a couple of things I want to point out. First off is the hardwoods. It must be nice hardwood day because a lot of the houses we've looked at today have really done a good job in maintaining the hardwoods. Judson also features vinyl windows throughout, so one major feature you don't have to worry about updating are these windows. They look to be relatively recent, and they'll do a good job of insulating the home, and it looks like they've replaced pretty much every window in here. As we head back this direction, I want you to notice the kitchen area here. Now, kitchen's a little bit dated in the line of the cabinets. Obviously, those are 70s vintage and something we'd want to swap out. But beyond that, you've got nicer, newer appliances. You've got new countertops here, which you can probably salvage this countertop if you decide to replace the cabinets. And just a nice open area for the kitchen. And as we head back in here, you know, it's an eat-in kitchen. This is where you can set up your breakfast table and whatnot to have all your meals right off in the kitchen. So a couple of great features there. Everything looks functional and in pretty decent shape. The only thing I'd probably swap out is perhaps the tile surround is a little bit dated just in the color. The condition looks fine, but something we could definitely modernize. And for me, guys, I don't like these little medicine cabinets. I think they're a little bit small. In newer modern houses, you'll notice they replaced these cabinets that were common in this era with big mirrors. Two benefits of that. Obviously, you've got the added benefit of having more space to look at yourself, but also it creates the perception of the bathroom being a little bit bigger than it actually is. So it's an interesting trick that the builders figured out on more recent architecture. By just adding a huge piece of glass here, you get a lot of big features, and it helps the room seem bigger as well. First bedroom is pretty standard size. I'm not going to mess with these hardwoods. I mean, some people might carpet over this, but I like the hardwoods, and I think if you just sand these and stain these once pretty good, they're going to look beautiful. So not a lot to do here. The paint's already a neutral white, so if you did want to paint it, it's just a matter of adding your own accent colors to really bring this in vogue, but it doesn't need it at all. The paint looks great. Vinyl window out back here, and we're going to check out the backyard in a bit, but just so you can get an idea of what we're going to be seeing later on. Pretty good sized yard that backs to some open space, so we'll get to that in just a moment. Is it similar in size and similar in condition? It's already a nice neutral white paint. The hardwoods look to be in pretty good shape. The only thing that's lacking in this room is the closet doors. That's something you could easily add at Home Depot for about $40 a door, and you need 2 of them in here if you go with a bifold door. So that's something we would update in here. Other than that, I like this room. You could argue this is the master bedroom. They're very similar in size, but this one's a little bit deeper. So in your master, you've got a good sized closet, a good amount of natural light coming in from the window. Just in general, this shows pretty well. Let's check out the basement. Come on. So we're in the basement of the Judson property, and I really like this family room area. They've removed the carpet, and you can tell from the glue on the floors that at some point this was carpeted out. Right now it's down to its old lino, which definitely shows its age. So first thing we're going to do is recarpet this whole living space, but if that's all you have to do to this place to get it livable, that's a small price to pay for the amount of equity that we're gaining on this property. I want you to see this fireplace. This is a regular wood-burning fireplace here. Nice mantle brick feature that we have sitting back here. So this just in general is going to be very nice. Just add a sheet of carpeting and you're good to go. We might get rid of the wood paneling or paint over it, but again, nothing you have to do, just some stuff you might do. HUD did an inspection on this property and everything systems-wise checked out, so no major issues to report except maybe looking at some roof repair, but we'll get to that when you call me on it. We're now inside the bathroom, and this is a 3/4 bath with a nice shower. Normally, guys, I want to replace the surround, but on this one, it doesn't look so bad. I mean, it is the one solid surface, which I'm not typically a fan of, but nothing that you have to replace. What I might do, however, is place the lino floors. Those are extremely dated, so just by adding a sheet of lino down there, I think we can really modernize this room without spending more than about $100 or so. And although this is a real basement room, I like the fact that it's got 2 windows because it's on the corner of the house. So though we are standing in the basement, it doesn't have that basement cave-like feel. It actually feels very bright and open in here, and we're catching the afternoon. So I would say even in the morning, this is going to catch a lot of natural light. It does need carpeting. As you can see, it's down to linoleum as the main room is, but as we're carpeting that outside room, we can go and carpet in here as well to get you going on that. So that concludes the basement down here. Let's head on out to the backyard, and then we'll get you guys on the road. On the way out back, I wanted to show you this garage. We normally don't videotape the garages, but this one's kind of special. For one thing, it's very bright, but also it's very deep. This is a 2-car, but it's a big 2-car. I mean, I'm not even sure this is the standard width door. It seems like you're going to comfortably get 2 cars in here, and then you've got a workshop and everything out back to set your tools up and everything of that nature. Also, on the way out, I want to point out this has a sprinkler system, so lawn maintenance is going to be a breeze. We don't know the functionality on that, but it stands to reason if it has it, it's just a matter of minor repair if there is something wrong with it. Let's head on back. So we're out back at the Judson property, and one thing I want to point out is this solid surface concrete patio they put out here. This is a really nice feature. This holds up forever, for one thing, and it's just a nice place to sit out back and enjoy the neighborhood. Now, in addition to that, if you're a grilling fan like I am, you're going to love this. You've actually got a built-in gas grill out back here, so that's a pretty sweet deal. I'm not sure if it's got its own gas line already run to it, but even if you got to put propane on it, just nice to have a grill built into the back deck. And with that, let's take a look at the backyard. Pretty good size, guys. I mean, it backs to open space, so you can see we got a field out that direction, which is unlikely to ever be developed. So you've got a nice country feel, although you're on a suburban lot. And with that, let's go ahead and recap the Judson property. Now we're standing at 145 Judson Street in Colorado Springs, Colorado, 80911. More commonly known as the Widefield subdivision. This is a really nice neighborhood. A lot of military guys live in this area, and this amount of square footage should easily go with the 2-car garage for between $165,000 and $170,000. HUD's got this thing on sale at $145,000. So this is a great opportunity for someone who doesn't mind a little fix-up, basically updating, but doesn't want to work on a full rehab project. This thing is pretty much livable in its current state, and we're gaining about $20,000 worth of equity right out of the gate. Guys, as always, you got to get to me quickly to get the best deal. So the best way to get to me is to call me. It's 719-649-2500. And if this deal doesn't work, don't forget, we videotape the best of HUD foreclosures, but there are more. And before we can videotape them, some of my clients hear about them. But you got to call me to get on that list so I can get your criteria and pick the right home for you. In the meantime, hit the website. It's www.coloradospringsforeclosuredeals.com, the leading resource for foreclosure deals in and around the Colorado Springs area. And with our new system with nightly updates hitting you every single night, you can find the best properties that fit your criteria. It's a free service that we offer. We're getting great luck helping people find their dream homes on that at a great deal. With that, guys, this is Donnie Corum with Colorado Springs Foreclosure Deals.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.